What's up, YouTube? I'm at Exoticon, the first Exoticon event here in Virginia. Let's see some awesome animals. Let's go inside. So here we've got a champagne, either a phantom or a Mojave. We don't know if we're going to prove it out yet. The purple passion was bred to one of my favorite allelic traits, which is purple passion, which is a phantom Mojave. This guy's just ready to strike. I can see he is ready to go. You guys know how much I love champagnes. Champagne is co-dominant, but unfortunately the super champagne is lethal. So when you breed champagne to champagne, you can produce a super champagne, but unfortunately there's not one that's lived for like more than a day or so. But I love seeing the snake here. Look at the pattern on this guy. He is just fired up. Meet the black pastel, regular pastel, Enchi bamboo. This is a cool snake, black pewter, bamboo mixed together really nicely. I always say, now the bamboo is in the gene of the blue-eyed leucistic. Enchi is co-dominant, produced in Ghana. Black pastel was produced by Chris, someone in Florida, I forgot who it was, but in the Greg Graziani proved out the pastel. Black pastel is a kind of a dark color. Like I said, with the super champagne, it's lethal. Super cinnamons can be lethal from time to time. A lot of them have kinking, but some do live. They have some super cinnamons, super black pastels, and super cinnamons that have lived for about 20 years. This guy's on the roof, but look at him running. But this is a beautiful snake. I just love the colors on the snake. The colors are just mixed together really well. Cool snake. Meet Dylan, the umbrella cockatoo. These guys are native to Australia. So kind of rare to see an Australian species here in the US because, as you know, Australia doesn't export any of the animals, which sucks. These guys are so cool. I love birds, you know, but one thing, because remember when I highlighted Casey a few years ago at Reptilicon, a lot of birds need a lot of care. So one of the things I always want to talk about is that owning a bird is a lifelong commitment. Dylan's only 18 years old and he's going to live another 60 plus years at max. I think it's so cool to see a bird here at an exotic pet expo. You guys know how much I love birds. Seeing this cool bird here makes my day. Meet Vixen, a Durabian parakeet native to China. So he's Durabian parakeet. I'm bad with reading, so these guys are native to the Chinese area. So a lot of times, because you know China, they eat a lot of stuff under their prayers. He's only 19 years old. He's only male or girl? He's a girl, right?
Yes. She's Vixen.
Her name is Vixen. She's 19, 17 years old. She's going to live in. Now, another reason I want to show off these birds is because a lot of times people want to buy them because they're so cute. But the truth is, Vixen is going to live another 19, maybe 30 plus years. Believe it or not, I've heard some birds can live up to 80. These guys live up to 50. So if you want to buy a bird like this, once again, it's a lifelong commitment. You got to do a lot of research. It's not an impulse buy. And this isn't, as Brian Cusco once said in one of his videos about somebody who bought a reticulated python as his first snake, this is not a toy. This is not a Lamborghini. This is not an autographed Sidney Crosby jersey. This is a life. So you got to do a lot of research before you buy one. Okay, I gotta work on my hand stills. This is a pastel banana. This is a pastel banana pinstripe blade clown. Mark Mandic in Canada from Marcus Jane Ball Pythons produced the very first blades. I don't know who produced the clowns, but like I said, Greg Graziani produced the first pastels. The banana, Will Slough in Illinois produced the first banana. And of course the legendary late Brian Barczak produced the pinstripe. It's kind of hard for me to talk right now, but I know it's so loud. But every time I mention the pinstripe, I think of Brian. You know, I miss him a lot. I miss seeing him on the vlog. It's kind of. I'm hoping I get a chance to visit the Reptarium this year, but that's for another video. But I think these snakes mix together well. I love pastels. The real enhancer gene. You add lesser to the snake, this snake is gonna pop even more. Beautiful ball python. So here we've got a bongo spider. Spark yellow belly or puma, right?
Spark / yellow belly. It came from a puma male.
Came from a puma female, but it's either spark or yellow bellies. No, we can't prove it out until we breed it. So the bongo is a co-dominant trait. A super bongo is a pretty cool snake itself. Spider, I love spiders. I love sparks, and I love yellow belly. Like I always say, yellow belly is linked to the ivory gene, and believe it or not, Peter Call sold it to Chad Brown, a former Patriots player. And all you Patriots fans, you suck. But this is a cool snake nonetheless. And the ivory once sold for $125,000, which is insane for a snake. I love this patterns on this girl. This is one of my favorite. Bongos are really cool gene. Absolutely love them. These are absolutely adorable. These are Savannah monitors, or Varanus. I can't ever pronounce that word. But I'm in the Varanus family. These guys are native to West Africa. You guys remember Dave Kaufman from 2 years ago went to Ghana and actually did a video on how we keep these in the wild. Now the common misconception is that people want to feed them rodents. They don't eat exclusively rodents in the wild. So you want to feed these guys snails as well as insects. Occasional rodents are fine, I'm sure, but you don't want to overfeed them. A lot of times people want to feed them because they're so impressive. I love Savannah monitors. This is the 4th largest monitor lizard in Africa. These guys are just so cute. I love Savannah monitors. So these guys are the bridge between a Aki, I'd say maybe like the bridge between an Aki and a white throat monitor. Before you go into the bigger monitors like Savannahs, like Asian water monitors, you guys are naturally docile. I love Savannahs. Meet Blackbeard. He is a bearded dragon. You guys know this is the #1 pet lizard in the world. Just have a look at how tame he is. He's like, yeah, I love it so much. He loves the pets. These guys are native to Australia. This is a orange dream, right? High orange, right?
This would be a citrus.
Oh, this is actually a citrus bearded dragon, which is a polygenic trait. So it's years and years of breeding the highest colors. So these guys are so cool. I love bearded dragons. You know, there was an albino in Australia, and unfortunately, we can't get those anytime soon. Or I really wish Australia would open their doors for export, because bearded dragons, like this monkey, coolest thing ever. I can't wait to get one for my own. I don't know if you can see him though. Thanks for bringing him out. This is a nosy bee hybrid panther chameleon. You guys know I almost talk, whenever I show up a chameleon, people really want them. They're so cool. The common misconception is that these guys change color to blend in with their environments. They don't change color. Like if you put it on a purple surface, it's gonna turn purple. That's not the case. Look at him. He's like stressing out right now. He's like, hey, get away from me. I'm so tough. These guys have a sticky tongue that would shoot out to catch insects in the wild. I love chameleons. You don't want to feed them houseflies all the time. I mean, I'm sure you could, but but you mostly want to feed them like crickets. But chameleons don't change color. They change their colors to, not to blend in, but to like, when they turn dark, as they warm up. Or this is one of the coolest animals here, but they're not really good handling animals, but you always want to have a screen cage when you keep them. And you want to feed them, like I said, crickets. You want to avoid mealworms as much as possible, but crickets, definitely. This is a really cool animal. Meet Charizard. You guys know how much I used to be a big fan of Pokemon. Charizard fits the perfect name for this, even though he's not like Charizard, who needed help, but controlling his temper. But Charizard is a bearded dragon. This is what a bearded dragon looks like normally in the wild. Look at him just chilling there. I've never seen one this big, to be honest with you. Look how cool he is. This is a Spilotes rat snake. This is a tiger rat snake, which is this is the only rat snake that's native to South and Central America. Look at how big these guys get. Pretty big. These guys get about the size of a crebo. These guys are very arboreal. You might think like the spine is influenced because he's malnourished, but this is the way he's naturally designed. This is the biggest one of the bigger colubras. Look at him coming towards my camera. These guys get pretty big. Look at him. Hey, you like my camera there, buddy. I love these snakes. Hold still. This is a blue tegu.
Yes.
These guys are kind of hybrids between the Argentine and I think the red. Not really blue, to be honest with you, but I love tegus. Look at how cool he is. Look at him, he's just squirming around like he's like, hey, I don't want to be on the camera. Go away. But he's just kind of calm down though, but these guys are really cool. And you guys know Florida has just banned tegus. Look at him. You guys I'm going to put a link for US Arc Florida. Support this ban. We're gonna fight this ban because I just think it's not cool to.
Well, I mean, I understand.
I love tegu.
They're banned though because people keep releasing them.
Yeah, and if you
I
guys
lived in Florida for a few years, and the neighborhood that I lived in, they had wild, wild populations.
I prefer, like, I don't know what you said, but I prefer permit systems as opposed to just banning them because.
I get it. Yeah.
Look at him. Look at how cool he is. Look at him. He's kind of the bulldog of the lizard world. Love you, buddy. This is Guyana, right? Have a look at this big chunky monkey. As Brian always used to say in the vlogs, in his early Snake Bites TVs, this is one chunky monkey. This is a Guyana boa constrictor. This is the boa constrictor, which is the native to Guyana in South America. And look at how big she is. It's a girl, right?
That is a beautiful snake, sir.
It's a girl, right?
Yeah, it's a girl.
She's look at how big she is. But look how thick she is. Now, one of the things I always want to talk about when it comes to boa constrictors is that this is the bridge. Say, for example, you've kept a ball python, and then you moved on to a blood python. And then you move on to the blood python. This is the bridge between the blood python and the Burmese. Look at how big this boa constrictor. You guys know one of the first snakes I ever owned was the boa constrictor, but South Africa, I don't think anyone in South Africa's got any Guianas because South Africa banned them. But look at how big she is. This is a super enchy leopard ivory. Usually when you breed stuff to ivory, usually the pattern fades, but believe it or not, if you look under a iridescent light, you can actually see the pattern, which is really cool. But I'm sure you guys won't really look at the patterns, but some people like to do that. But super enchy to enchy, leopard, produced by Peter Cull here in Maryland. Leopard is linked to the pied gene. And of course, this is the super yellow belly. You guys remember the story about Peter Cull. He sold the ivory ball python to Chad Brown. For all you Patriots fans, once again, so that's another story. But the ivory shoots itself for 125K, which is crazy. Look at he's ready to go right now. Look at this feisty monkey. But I love this snake nonetheless. This is such a cool snake. Master Exotics, check him out. So here, we've got a lesser pastel spot nose clown. You guys know how much I love clown ball pythons. Have a look at the colors on this animal here. Clown is recessive, spot nose is codom. Believe it or not, you can produce what's called a Batman, which is spot nose clown. I gotta double check on the other morph. Spot nose clown is pretty cool. But lesser, like I said, lesser and pastel and another gene, they mix together well. They really brighten up a ball python. You guys know how much I love this stuff. Maz Morphs on the Morph Market. Check them out. I know you guys are probably getting sick of me. This is a female right here. I know you guys are probably sick of me showing off some bearded dragons, but I just love them so much. This is a zero bearded dragon, which is a recessive trait. This is one of the few morphs that are actually outside of Australia. Like I always say, I just think it's just not fair that we can't get them, but you know, we always gotta understand why. Always the reason why behind these laws. Sometimes laws can be ridiculous, but we gotta fight them. But this is a cool animal. I love bearded dragons. It's a beautiful animal right here. This happens to be a hidden gene woma, which is dominant. Well, I think if you breed a hidden gene woma, you get what's called a pearl, but unfortunately, it's lethal, much like the super champagnes. So now this has got enchy, and this has also got pastel. I know you guys are getting sick of me showing off some pastel stuff, but pastel is pretty cool. Like I said, it's always enhancing. Now this is another real enhancing gene called butter, which is linked to the blue-eyed leucistic, much like the bamboos and much like the bamboos and the Mojaves that I've been showing you, and also the lessers. Real enhancing snake. Look at him. Look at how beautiful this snake is. You guys know. So I think anything in the blue-eyed leucistic complex, when you mix with pastel, it really enhances the snake. This is a beautiful snake nonetheless. Uja Reptiles, check them out. The card's right there if you can see it. But this is one of a really cool ball python. This is one of my rarest of the colubras. This is called a sunbeam snake. These guys are native to Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Malaysia. What I like about sunbeams, look at the colors. This is why they call it sunbeam snake, because as you can see here, they would show a little bit of iridescence, much like a rainbow boa. But this is one of my beautiful snakes. Now, believe it or not, this is the favorite food of the crate. Crates love to eat these, which is the most venomous snake in Southeast Asia. But this is not a crate, thank God, because we don't get bitten. But the thing I like about sunbeam snakes is that they're so cool and just love the iridescence. They do smell a little bit, but other than that, they're pretty cool. But just have a look at that. She's so inquisitive, much like a. He's more inquisitive than like a corn snake, so kind of cool snake. Backbang Exotics, reptile options. So you guys do Sparties and rescues as well. Meet Bubba, up for adoption here. But look at that, I've never seen a bearded dragon that looks like this. He's pretty cool. I love his pattern there. Really cool beardy. $80 for a bearded dragon right now. Pretty cool. This is one of my favorite Varanus species. This is a mangrove monitor, Varanus indicus. This is a specimen from the Solomon Islands, which is pretty cool. I don't know if the Solomon Islands still exports their animals, but I'm sure this guy's captive bred here or wherever you guys get them, or Papua New Guinea. These guys are found also in Australia. Most people think of marine lizards, they think of marine iguanas, but believe it or not, these guys, as well as I think of the rusty monitor from Australia as well, can also tolerate salt water. These guys at the top here, these guys have salt glands that will excrete salts. These guys love to eat like fish, can eat crabs. But these guys are, unlike savannahs, you got to put work into these guys. According to savannahs or national docile, the ones like I just showed you. But this guy's pretty cool. I love the spots on this guy. My favorite lizard right here, the Expo. This is the largest turtle native to the North America. This is the alligator
turtle. Yeah, it is. It's one of the biggest in the world. There's some soft shells in Asia.
Yeah, they get pretty big. This is native. The video. So this is these guys are native to the southeast part of the U.S. So Florida, Mississippi. These guys are pretty mean. In their mouth, there's not that often you get to pick them up like that because these guys give a nasty bite.
He's real chill.
But this guy's pretty chill though. But believe it or not, these guys would have a mouth. They have a worm in their mouth that acts as a lure. But I think it's pretty cool to see this monkey here. Unfortunately, won't be seeing any of these in South Africa anytime soon, unless the ones that are there. Taking a break from reptiles for a bit, this is a sugar glider. These guys are native to Australia. Just have a look at this one. This is pretty cute. These guys are so damn cute, so soft. But the truth is, you really need to have you need to know what you're doing before you buy them. You got to do some research. A lot of exotic mammals do need a lot of research. These guys would actually, these guys don't have wings. Most people think they would actually stand some of their flaps to glide, not like a bird, but. These guys are so cute. Just have a look at how adorable he is. He's like not touching any reptiles. Have a look at his tail. Bushy tail. Oh, look at how cute he is. You guys are pretty cool, but again, you got to do a lot of research. These guys like to eat a combination of both a few protein items, but mostly vegetation. He's got these nectar pods right here for them. It's kind of cool. But I think this is a cool animal to see at an expo. This is one cute little monkey. This is well, not really a monkey. This is a chinchilla. These guys are native to the Andes. Their fur is so soft, believe it or not. These guys would actually... They make probably 100 of these to make a fur coat, which you guys know how much I hate that stuff. You guys know how much I hate poaching and just using the fur. But if you eat it, it's a different story, but whatever. You guys are really cool. You guys know how much I love mammals too, just as much as I love reptiles. I'm taking the break from the reptile show. But you guys are one chinchilla. These guys need daily dust baths. You gotta have like some dust and put it in a bath. Look at how he is so inquisitive right now. It's like, hey, what's that? But again, cool animal. You guys got to do a lot of research before you buy a mammal like a chinchilla. It's a commitment. These guys need dust baths every day. These guys eat vegetation, right?
Pellets and hay.
Pellets and hay. So you guys want a pellet. So again, a lot of research, a lot of commitment. Make sure you don't have a dust allergy like me. So if you guys have a dust allergy like me, a chinchilla may not be for you, but these guys are pretty cool. Information's right there. Look away, fur traders. This is such a cool animal. This is the gold bar chinchilla. A recessive trait, much like an albino. So if you breed it to a normal, you get 100% het fur, gold fur. Look at his eyes there. He's like, hey, what's going on right now? Hey, I'm alive. So he wants to go away. So it's like, go away. But he's pretty cool. Look at how cute he is. Again, the soft fur. Fur traders, just look away. This is a cool animal. If you guys want some information on chinchillas, reach out to these guys. Again, not for everyone. This is an albino checkered garter snake. You guys know I'm a sucker for garter snakes, which is when kids go out for their love for reptiles. It starts off with catching garter snakes, but not albinos. Of course, you don't have albinos. No.
These are from the Northwest.
These are from the northwestern part of the U.S., like Washington, Oregon. Now, if you guys are looking for a pet snake, but you don't want to feed rodents, I love rodents just as much as anyone. And you guys know when I launch my company and one of my workers mishandles the rodents, you guys know how much I will lose my mind. But if you guys can feed fish, you guys got to dust them though. You can feed earthworms dusted with calcium powder and all that other stuff. You feed a lizard, but the garter snake may be for you. You guys don't want to feed rodents? This is pretty cool. Alright, so this is kind of awkward. I'm like leaning over right now. This is a rainwater, my favorite strain of albino and leopard geckos. You guys are looking for a leopard gecko? Gecko Haven right here. This is so awkward. But rainwater is a recessive trait. There are 3 types of albino leopard geckos. There's the tremper, bell, and rainwater. My favorite is the rainwater. I like the purple on this animal. It's just kind of cool. Hope you guys can see him through the glass here. This is certainly a cool animal. You hardly don't see anymore. This is an African hedgehog, pygmy hedgehog. These guys are native, hence their name, in Africa. So these guys, if you guys are looking for a hedgehog, these guys do eat a few insects, gut loaded. I don't know if you want to supplement them with powder like you do with reptiles, but these guys do eat. You can feed them cat food, dog food, occasional dog food, depends on what you are. These guys, in this defense, they would actually curl up into a ball to defend themselves from predators. And they're not as sharp as a porcupine, but they're still pretty sharp. They can do pretty damage if you do get them pretty quick. But if you guys want a hedgehog, you guys do have to take your laws. Manassas, Falls Church, they're illegal. Now, if you want to buy, but in some other states too, like Pennsylvania, I think, which sucks. In Maryland, they are illegal, but you guys just got to check your laws. But I just think it's unfortunate. These guys, they're so cute. I mean, I don't know why they'd be illegal. Just have a look at that face. Meet Redmond. This is a red bearded. Okay, I know you guys are getting sick of me showing bearded dragons, but this is the last animal I'm going to show today at the show. This is Redmond. He came in as a rescue because someone doesn't know how to couldn't take care of him anymore because of health issues, and I just love that people find rescues like him, like my good friend here. Kind of a cool animal. You guys know how much I love bearded dragons. This is the best pet lizard, but again, it's a commitment. Kind of a cool animal.